Okay, a little bit of a breeze out here this morning, but I'm going to fly the Pilatus for the first time since it got knocked out of the air. You can see what the damage it did to the right wing right there. And that was about the only damage. I lost the battery cover. It flew off. Had to replace the servo, the aileron servo on the right wing, and I added a hammer and sickle symbol for the yak that got destroyed when it collided with the Pilatus. It's a little windy, but I'm going to go ahead and get this maiden in. It should fly fine. A little cold. It's about 35 degrees. Everything's working, so let's get her up. And the wind is kicking its butt. I'm going to get down. Yeah, I can't even hardly make way into the wind. This ought to be interesting. Alright, slow her down, bring her down. A little power, fly her down. And not bad little landing. It's just a little windy. I don't know what it's blowing, but the wind, I swear it wasn't windy until I got everything out of the car, and then the wind's just been picking up and building. There she is, the maiden. Like I said, a short little flight after the crash, but it appears everything's working. I didn't bother to use flights, but it's kind of hard to tell how it's tracking in this wind. But it appeared to be flying well. At least, you know, like I said, in this wind, I can't really tell. But there it is. Again, there's the damage on the wing. It hit with such impact that we never could find the battery hatch on the Pilatus or the battery hatch for the yak. There's just they couldn't be found. I had the ESC double-sided tape to the sidewall inside the plane, and the battery flew out. It was velcroed to about a 2.5 3 inch piece of velcro, a good velcro and hooks, good hooks and loops on the velcro. Velcro brand, and the battery flew out. The ESC came loose, and the battery was dangling down, and I didn't have an aileron on the right side, and I was still able to fly it around and land it. It happened, you see that opening in the fence back there where that sign is, just straight there, the single sign. It happened about 3/4 of the way between that single sign and the double sign, and probably about 30-40 feet inside the fence. And we looked everywhere for the battery hatches, but we couldn't find them, and the yak just spiraled down in a heap. You know, the wings were broke, the fuselage was broke. It was in a lot of pieces when we went over there to where it laid, and I flew the Pilatus back and landed it right over here is where we were flying from. And it hit so hard, I had the mobius on the vertical stabilizer there, where you can see the hooks. I had it stuck up there, and it hit with such impact that it knocked the camera off. But not only the camera off, but it also knocked a little SD card out of the micro SD card out of the mobius. But the mobius is still working, and I'm just glad to have this back flying finally. And the winds are going to die. This is Black Friday, but Yeah. I mean, I guess I was lucky. My buddy, he lost his plane. I mean, and you know, the Pilatus is still flying. It wasn't really. It wasn't any. I was up flying high, pretty high, and he was doing 3D stuff low. So I tried to come over the top, and you know, hindsight. You know, I didn't realize he was coming up, and I should have said coming across the field or something. I should have mentioned, we should have talked, because we were standing right beside each other. So that it was just wasn't a, you know, it's one of those things that can happen. But you know, my after action on it is I should have communicated and said, hey, I'm coming across, because there was 4 of us flying out here when it happened. But all right, I'm glad to have it back.